everyone, are you ready for another adventure? It's me, Wokey, and I'm back with another fake Grand Order video. And what are we going to be doing today? Well, the Tonka Tsuji event should be coming up today, depending on when you listen to this, actually. It'll be here after maintenance on the 5th, and the thing that comes with it is, of course, going to be the Chaldea Boys collection that you see here. And inside the Chaldea Boys collection, there is a selection, a free choice. That's right, you get to pick between any of the fives, any of these man CEs. So for today's video, we're going to be doing deep analysis on every single one of these boy Cs. None of their effects are anything worth talking about for the most part, I think. What matters most is the boys on them and the art that comes attached with it. So that's going to be today's video. It's also likely going to be a very fast one because, like I said, the CEs aren't they aren't the most craziest things to talk about in the entire world. So let's get into it. So if you don't know, this is the Chaldea Boys collection. They haven't announced it yet, but it's going to be coming pretty soon. This actually released a little bit earlier compared to the event it had in Japan, like a couple days beforehand. That's why you had to wait till the 17th to actually get your limited craft essence, but it's fine. There's no reason for them not to just do it right when the event starts. That way everything lines up perfectly. The free CE, the login bonus with the sekits and the shamisen and all that. So it should be coming up pretty soon. So yeah, and every year they do this for the boys. Only for the boys. I guess it's their way of saying, for the ladies out there, and for the dudes who are super into dudes, this is for you. And I think it's a great idea. Plus I also get free CEs. Let's go. So let's take a look at these CEs. Any one of these that I'm going to be talking about are going to be free. Let me go to the summoning. This is the first time I had to do it. And there's a lot to pick from. We're going to start with the 3 ones. Should you be picking a 3CE? No, you shouldn't, because the easiest way to actually get a 3CE, there are 4 of them, even if you don't summon on the banner itself, is to actually just go to the free-to-play friend point banner and just summon on there until you get the 3CE. That's what I usually do. But if you're truly dedicated and you said, my time is worth more to me than the friend point banner, then I guess you can pick one of these. Though, again, I would suggest not doing it. I am still going to look at the art for these. So, Illuminating the Veil of Darkness. This also will come with a voice line, so we should take a look at what the voice line says. Illuminating the Veil of Darkness. Its normal effect is grant evasion for 1 attack, and then increase critical attack chance resistance by 3%. And then when you max limit break it, that's right, you don't get an extra evasion, you get 2% more critical attack chance resistance. That's right, 3% to 5%. And they actually have the thing right here, so let me just play it. This is easy. I have no idea what this says. 灯した明かりで照らすまでだな。暖かい。眩しい。ロボは大丈夫? All right. Was that it? Okay, so I put up the Japanese to English translation. If the deep darkness of night covers the forest, it will remain until the light shines on it. It's warm, it's bright. Is the robot okay? Purring sleepily. The night for man and beast grows peacefully. The warmth in his hands will surely be nourishment for tomorrow. Very beautiful we got here. And that was actually a very nicely voiced out. So here are the boys that are going to be featured on it. Of course, we got Hassan Lobo, Geronimo, and we also got our boy that I'm currently, Astrios, I think is the way you call him, the bull. I can't believe I'm actually forgetting him because I have him bond 10. This is a very nice art, actually. I really like it. These are not 3 characters I would expect to ever be hanging out together. What with Geronimo, what with Lobo, what with the Hassan. The Haitian Lobo, I mean, not the Hassan. And of course, Asterios there chilling out too. Very good selection of boys. I think these are 4 very good boys, even though the wolf in the back is obviously a little bit anger prone and also very angry, but he's angry because they killed his wife. If you cannot support a wolf for getting revenge for killing of his wife, then I don't know what kind of person you are. So very nice CE. The only problem, if this wasn't a 3CE, this would be very high on my pick to actually pick. If you were trying to pick for effect, this is a terrible effect. This is you can pick better than this. The only thing I would imagine is that you want someone to have an exactly 1 attack evasion for some reason, and it's very cheap, and you can just kind of put it on there. I guess there are some specific fights where it's like Like, for example, the fights that you have at the Grail front, where you just want to put a CE on there. I guess having evasion for one attack ain't bad, but still. Anyway, that's Illuminating the Veil of Darkness. Next we have Withered with an interesting evening discussion. So we have here, it's a 3-star CE, once again, recovers HP for by 50 every turn, increases the MP damage by 5%, and if when you max limit break it, 50% to 50 more HP healed, and making it 100, and increase the MP damage to 10%, which is an additional 5%. It's not too bad for a 3-star CE, actually. It's better than the previous one, that's for sure. At least I think so. And of course, this will drop all the drops that you would expect from it. So, let's hear what they gotta say.
そこでですな、わしの槍が見事巨人の眉間をカーッと貫いたわけですわ。ほほう、エキスと杯を傾けるとなれば、世とも武勇も酒の魚にはことかかるというもんじゃのう。
あかぬ話ばかりならば、支配もあかぬは必定。円熟されたつまみであれば、なお進みもよいか。
Alright, and I also just realized that I think at the bottom of the C's they actually do tell you who are on the bottom of it. So I could have just got here, and yeah, it was Asterios, Geronimo, and Haitian Lobo. Just to make it clear, I was like, oh wait, I realized that while I was listening to that. So in terms of what was the translation there, and there it was, my spear pierced the giant's forehead with a bang. Ho ho, when you drink with a hero, you'll never run out of things to drink with, whether it's nonsense or bravery. If the conversation never tires, the cups will never be empty, but if the snacks are well seasoned, it's even better. It was a party without any entertainment or music, but there were many flowers in bloom. As you get older, your character will become more refined. If you happen to be sitting at such a party, it would be no less than a feast in paradise. I think the setting of this CE is fantastic, actually. The three old men kind of getting together, exchanging stories. There's no real music. They just seem to be drinking beer here and having a good time. The problem is, there's one dude on here. If you don't know, it's Yagyu, Zhangyu, and Don Quixote. I love Don Quixote. I do love Yagyu, but I have unbelievable beef with Zhangyu. Unbelievable amounts of beef with this old man right here. If it was any other old man here but him, I think I could accept it more, especially because I really do like Don Quixote. In that audio that just played, I think his voice comes out booming and perfect for Don Quixote, and I think I like that aspect about it. But yeah, unfortunately, this features one of my bottom boys, one of the ones I would not accept in any capacity. Very unfortunate. He has to prove himself to me after refusing my summons for so long. But it's a 3-star C, so I'll be able to get this one regardless, which I appreciate. Because I do like Don Quixote, so no matter what, this is one of the ones I would actually go into the free-to-play banner to make sure I get max limit broken and everything, just because of my dedication to Don Quixote. To my Don boy. Next, this CE is called All the Way Bang. Ignores evasion. Increases buster performance by 3%. It's, again, a 3-star CE. When max limit broken, it still ignores evasion and increases buster performance by 5%. The 2% increase is, whatever, but actually the part where this ignores evasion is not bad, especially if you're starting out, or you just need a cheap way to ignore evasion, because you have a bunch of things in there. I could actually see some use coming from this, even though I would usually choose the 5-star CE one. It is nice, as like I said, as an option to give if you are ever in the need for something cheap. And now for the actual voice line. I'm excited for this one because we got some good dudes up in here. Alright, let's play the playback.
勝利の旗は俺の手の内にこそふさわしい。そうだろう。おうらな。おうさゴールデン。引けねえ戦いってんなら源氏のお箱だぜ。真の男たちが相争うバカ。
Oh, fuck.
ならば戦士としてはたぎらざるを得んな。
Alright. The translation? Hot, hot. The men move with fervor to prove that they are the best men. The flag of victory belongs only to me, right? Ora! Oh, golden. If this is a battle that can't be backed down, then that's the Genji specialty. Is this a battle between true men? In that case, as a warrior, I have no choice but to get fired up. Filled with even more passion, the outcome of the battle is. And of course, we got Fergus, Kintoki, and Napoleon in what looks like bowling. I thought that this was, you can't see it perfectly here, but it does say strike. They're apparently bowling. But the voice acting on this one is amazing because if you don't know, Fergus is voiced by none other than Kiryu Kazuma. And if you want a man to talk to you, you should listen to the voice of Kiryu Kazuma. Every time the Kiryu is talking, either in Ivan form or Fergus form, I sit down and listen to his life-changing advice. Whether it be for Yakuza, probably you shouldn't listen to him in Fate, actually. Fergus's advice in Fate is maybe not the greatest, now that I think about it. Some of the things that he's maybe said when he was a child maybe didn't, wouldn't be things I would support nowadays. But I think the setting for this one between three men bowling, having a hot man battle, packs out, fully on. Even Fergus is even doing the Kiryu Kazuma dragon, the dragon backshot is what I tried to say, but there's no better way of saying it. The same thing Kiryu does when he shows the dragon tattoo, except for he doesn't show any tattoo because he doesn't have a tattoo because he's from ancient, I think Celtic places and stuff like that. Great CE. If this was a 4 or a 5, this would be an instant pick in, but for some reason they're giving this shit away for free. They said these three men, they're for the people. Golden is for the people. That's actually crazy to me because Kintoki is also really well liked too. I'm not sure too much about Napoleon and Fergus other than me specifically saying like, these dudes, like, I like Napoleon myself. And I think, again, Fergus is really awesome because he's voiced by Kiryu Kazuma. And he can get a little, early FGO, he's a little problematic. But who isn't in early FGO? You know what I'm saying? Everyone remembers the Boudica. Everyone chooses to forget the Boudica interlude. I think, yeah, it was an interlude. The story bit, that was really bad. Very bad. I'm going to stop talking about it. All the way bang. Fantastic CE. This is another one I would probably go into try and max limit break on the free-to-play banner, personally. But could you pick this one? I could see a very dedicated man of Macho going for this one. If this was wrestling and not bowling, this would have been an instant pick for me. But I don't care that much about bowling other than that guy who said, who are you, I am. And the last of the 3 CEs, for your letters. Increases critical star absorption by 100%, gains 1 crit star every turn, and then max limit broken, increases critical star absorption by 200%, gain 2 critical stars every turn. Ooh, and now we hear what the boys gotta say.
Oh yeah. 君が先月入った新人かな？とても働き者の顔をしている。
あ、ダビデ先輩、お疲れ様です。挨拶が遅れて申し訳ありません。
いいよ。その笑顔で十分だと思う。ああ、でもそのルートはおすすめできない。こっちの道の方がいいよ。遠回りに見えて効率的なんだ。
そうなんですね。ありがとうございます。勉強になります。
それに仕事以外の潤いもある。橋を渡った先にパン屋があるだろう。受付のアビシャグが、それはもう美しくて。
はあ、アビシャグさん？
お二方とも、
This one's
そろそろ
really
配達に
fucking
参りましょ
long.
う。日が暮れてしまいますよ。
This one's so long, Google Translate didn't even bother to fully translate it. Let me try. Okay. Oh, are you the new guy who started last month? You look like you've been really working hard. Oh, David Senpai, thank you for your hard work. Sorry for the late greeting. That's fine. Your smile is enough. But I don't recommend that route. This way is better. It may seem like a detour, but it's efficient. I see. Thank you. I've learned a lot. And then the second part of this one, which again, this one's really goddamn long. Alright. Plus, there's plenty of fun outside of work. You know, the bakery just across the bridge, right? Abishag, the receptionist, is just so beautiful. Really, Abishag, you two should head out and make your delivery soon. It's getting dark. A postman's day is quick to deliver someone's precious feelings. And this features, of course, Henry Jekyll, Hyde, David, and Dear Mood. I think, in terms of boy quality, I think this one has, like, low-tier boy quality to me. I don't know. I've never been a Jekyll fan. David, I think, can be right in certain instances when he's being played as like a very old Jewish man. And Diarmuid, I feel like his best shtick is being with the Fishman, with being with McCool and being like, I think you're so awesome, McCool. But when he's actually alone, I don't think he's got anything to him. I think this is the worst of the 3 CRCs for me personally. None of these boys personally do anything for me. I'm not a big fan of like these type of boys. Not really super crazy muscular. Also all seem to be kind of like, except for I guess David. David doesn't really, he's more of a ladies man, I guess, if you think about it. But Hyde, I think, is actually hiding a woman killer inside of him. Not to say like he has the ability to seduce women. He literally kills women. A little bit problematic in today's day and age, but he's not the most problematic member of the cast for sure. In Diarmuid, again, I think he's better when he has McCool and he's there saying, oh my god, I love you, McCool. You're the greatest guy. I can't believe that I accidentally took your woman from you. And then McCool's there being like, it's okay. And Postman thing doesn't really work for me either. I don't know. Do women like the Postman? Feel free to leave your comments down below if you are a woman or a man extremely attracted to post workers. I would love to hear your response. And the effect is also not the greatest thing in the world either. At least to me. Now we go into the ones that people would likely legitimately have a reason to pick, which are the 4 stars and then above the 5 stars. We have Brilliant Springtime, which looks pretty nice so far. Let's go in here and hear what they got to say.
これがお花見か。我が輩、日向ぼっこ大好きだから嬉しいぞ。ヒコヒコはどうなのだ？
マスターの故郷では桜を見るそうだが、風情があって大変良いものだな。子供たちも楽しそうだ。
わあ、花びらが舞ってます。
あんまりはしゃぐと危ないぞ。
甘味とお茶もありますよ。
これもーらいい。早い者勝ちだからな。
あ、ずるい。
だから危ないって。
いっぱいありますから。
Hanama, so this is Hanami? I love sunbathing, so I'm happy. How about Hiko? Yes, apparently in Master's hometown they enjoy cherry blossoms and it's very picturesque and beautiful. The kids look like they're having fun too. While the petals are fluttering, don't get too excited. We also have sweets and tea. Here we go. First come, first serve. The warrior squints his eyes in the spring sunshine as if recalling the past. And then the boys that are on this one are, of course, Taisu Jingyu and Huang Fei and his sons. I was wondering who these dudes in the back are here. His sons? I see. Did I read this effect? I forgot to read the effect. Grants debuff immunity for 1 time and then increase MP generation rate by 15%, and then max limit break effect grants debuff immunity for 1 time, increase MP generation rate by 20%. Okay. It's alright. I like the setting of this one. I like the inclusion of the sons. I think that gives like a different kind of feel to this one compared to some of the other ones. This one definitely feels like he's hanging out with a kid and just like enjoying time together, just kind of shooting the shit for a bit. Even though this is a very different kind of kid because we know that he has like an adult form that he doesn't really use all that often. He just used it in the event for a brief bit and then he returned to Chibi kind of like GT Goku. I mean, I also like his character, so that's cool with me. I like the bird hanging out in the back there. Again, I think there's a lot of cool stuff going on here. I feel like if this really would depend, if these two were 2 of your favorites, I think this would be a kind of good pick to go for, but at the same time, I don't know how many people who are like super into this specific pairing, but the specific setting that they had there of them talking to each other, I think was pretty cool. Pretty nice, not bad. Would not be my personal pick, though. Next, Professor's Lunchtime. This time I'll remember to read the effect. Charges MP gauge by 3% every turn, increases arts performance by 3%, and then increases MP generation rate by 5%. And when max limit broken, charges MP gauge by 4% every turn, increases arts performance by 5%, and then increase MP generation rate by 10%. Just like little tiny increments, I guess. Not too bad. And the people who were on it are... Oh, one moment. Sorry about that. My mom was coming home, so I had to close the door for a bit. And so if you hear any changes in the audio quality, it's because of that. But let's continue on, which this one was featuring. Also, this video ended up being way longer than I thought it was going to be, but it's alright. This one features Keisuke, Paracelsus, and Chiron, or Chiron, actually.
山並さん、今日も手作りのお弁当ですか。私も超高圧縮カフェインの摂取などで済ませず、あなたを見習わなければいけませんね。
あり合わせを詰め込んだだけで大したものではありませんよ。よろしければ少しつまみますか？味の方はあまり保証できませんが。
ところでお二方、私の教室にてまた悪い方向に勢いづき始めた生徒をハードに鍛え直すパンクラチオン講座があるのですが、お二人とも軽い運動的な感じでいかがでしょうか？
遠慮しておきます。
Okay. Goes Yamani, Yamani, I keep forgetting. How do you say it at the beginning?
山並さん。
Yamanami-san, there we go. It always feels weird for me. Yamanami-san, are you bringing homemade lunch again today? I need to learn from you and not just make do with consuming super compressed caffeine. It's just stuff with whatever I have on hand, so it's nothing special. Would you like to have a bite? I can't really guarantee it'll taste good, though. In the warm sunlight in the cafeteria of a certain boarding school, the intellectual giants are peacefully eating their lunch. By the way, you two, something bad has happened to my classroom again. We have a prankration class where we train students who are starting to get into good shape hard. How about some light exercise for both of you? I'll pass. Alright. So, the three on here. I do like Chiron. I do like Keisuke. Paracelsus, though, I've never had a particular fond feeling. I do like him for certain bond farming, but I've never, spent too much time on him, to be fair, and specifically because I only really know him from FGO, and FGO doesn't really do much with him, to be honest with you. So that's probably not too fair for the character. In terms of the scenario they built up here about three professors meeting together, doesn't really do anything to me. Maybe it's because I'm also not a big fan of, the intellectual type either. That's not typically the type of dude I'm interested in from being interested in dude things. If the dude is smart, there has to be something a little bit more to him than, I guess, what's on display here, which is just a regular-ass teacher. But again, I guess that most of these scenarios are likely made for women inside, so it doesn't mean that they have to follow my specific... I'm trying to think about what specific teacher that I like, and it's always the one that's the opposite of these dudes, which I think are also likely the one most women aren't super into, which it probably says a lot, but whatever. So Professor's Lunchtime ain't doing for me personally. Let's move on to the next one. In terms of the effect, I think it's probably okay if you're starting out, but nothing too crazy. From what I can see. Proof and Rebuttal, where you're in the last of the 4 stars, and then it's 2 5 stars. Increase to Arts Performance and Buster Performance by 6%, and then overcharge NP by 1 stage or 1 time. And when it's max limit break-in, it increases Arts Performance and Buster Performance by 8%, so with 2% increase, and then overcharge NP by 1 stage for 1 time. Okay, well, we're going to listen to the playback, but of course the people on it are, of course, Moriarty, Ruler Moriarty, and Sherlock Holmes, or Young Morty, however you want to pronounce him. So let's see how it goes.
若いね、いいと思うよ。若い自分の苦労は勝手でもというらしいし、先輩からのありがたい講義というわけだね。
認めない。すでに出ている答えだとしても認めない。こういう大人にだけは僕はならないからな。
やれやれ、大人げないことだ。我が宿敵のこういった姿を見せられるのは筆舌にしがたい考えがあると言わざるを得ない。
Okay. The translation is someone who has dedicated himself to mathematics. When they play on the same board, the difference between someone who is in the middle of proving something and someone who has reached the goal is obvious. The difference in experience is endless. You're young. Do you think it's good? They say it's worth the hardships of your youth, right? So this is a very appreciated lesson from a senior. I won't accept it. Even if the answer is already there, I won't accept it. I'm never going to become an adult like that. It seems that mentality often goes against the flow. And then the final bit of it, because it's another logo. My goodness, how childish of me. To see my nemesis in the state is undescribable emotion, I must say. I think out of all the scenarios, I think I like that is not just that does not have Kiryu Kazuma. I think this is the one I like so far, especially once we've entered the 4 range. This is the one I've liked so far from the 4 and 5 higher. Obviously, with the last 2 5s, I'm waiting for it here. I like the interactions between Moriarty and young Moriarty. I think it plays pretty well. I like that for some reason young Moriarty has more silver hair than old Moriarty. As he aged, he got blonder over time. I like the interference with Sherlock here, kind of looking on and looking like, man, I should never be able to see Moriarty and the young version of himself either. Especially because in FGO, they've done a really good job of establishing how different young Moriarty is from older Moriarty and the way that older Moriarty kind of views him and stuff like that. So I think it's pretty good. It's funny because I just mentioned specifically the 3 intelligent man characters, what I actually need for me to like the intelligent men, and these are usually the ones I go for. These are the ones that have a little bit more roughness to them. Even Sherlock, who you could say is like, oh, but he's a good guy. Yeah, but he also is suffering from, like, drug addiction. And he can also be a little bit of a bastard as well when you look deeper into Sherlock in terms of all the stuff. He has a little bit more of a clear, like, roughness than a lot of the other ones that I see. Like, intellectually smart, but also still going through very human things. And Moriarty, both the Moriartys are also evil, so that helps a whole bunch. So they're a little bit more conniving, but in ways that I would like. Like, young Moriarty, especially with his look of being like a little bastard. And also sometimes he doesn't really see himself as crazy evil in his super young form, especially if you see the first Ascensions compared to the later Ascensions. And then older Moriarty is someone who's kind of very accepting about, yeah, I am the evil bastard, I am the end story, I am the end point for Sherlock. He is all those things put together. So being able to see them all together in a C is pretty nice, I think. So far, I think this is, I'm going to be obviously seeing the other 2, but I think this is the one I would likely pick the most. Just because I enjoy the aesthetics of it the most. The effect of it, not the greatest. Of Arts and Buster performance, it's like okay, I think probably. And then overcharged by MP1 stage. I don't know, I feel weird when a limit break. I feel like when something max limit breaks, I think all 3 of them should limit break in some capacity. And the fact that the overcharge just kind of stays the way it is, it's like not the greatest. Especially when it's a C like this, where it's not a 50% starting C of some kind. I don't know, but that's just how I feel. Let's move on to the first of the 5 stars, which is Eternal Roma, which features, first of all, its effect, grants invincibility for 2 attacks, and then reduce, I need to take some water. I didn't realize how coarse my voice would have been gotten from all this. One moment. Water break. Grants invincibility for... grants invincibility for 2 attacks, reduces damage taken by 300, and then when it's max limit broken, grants invincibility for 2 attacks, and then reduces damage taken by 400. Okay. I think I'm trying to think about, like, I don't know, there's one, the only reason I'm hesitating is because there is a specific C that gives you invincibility for 3 attacks, I believe, when max limit broken, but I don't think it does anything beyond that. So the fact that this at least reduces damage a little bit more, I can see as something that's like, well, there's slightly more damage reduction, I guess, is something. Anyway, let's hear what they got to say. Let's hear what Rome has to say.
ようこそいらっしゃいました。時には憩いの旅も良いでしょう、マスター。
共に羽を休めるのだ、ローマよ。
私もですか。
遠慮することはない。と、神祖は仰せだ。見るべきものは山ほどあるぞ。覚悟しておけ。
Okay. And the 3 on it are obviously Caesar, Constantine, and Romulus. In his non-queerness form. Welcome. Sometimes a relaxing trip is good, master. Let's rest together, my children, Rome. Me too. There's no need to be shy, says the divine ancestor. There is a mountain to see, so prepare yourself. May the last emperor find a moment of peace at the end of his outstretched hand. And here we do. We have the 3 Roman boys looking very nice. I like the look that they got Caesar here. I think this is probably the nicest Caesar has looked. The giving Constantine the Rin twin tails is a choice to put on a man, but I respect it at the same time. I don't know why he has the twin tails. Does he have that regularly? Have I just never noticed that Constantine actually has been rocking the Rin look this entire time? This is like the closest we've ever gotten to a gender bent looking Rin, but he doesn't have that here. No, that's just his long hair reaching to the front. Am I crazy? Am I crazy? That totally looks like with the ribbon, like he has a ribbon here, right? And he's wearing the red. Kind of does look like it to me. Whatever. Romulus in the back also looking pretty nice. This is a nice looking C. I feel like I do like all three of them here, but I don't have the same strong feeling compared to Moriarty, young Moriarty, and Sherlock Holmes. I definitely do like all three of them. I've been known to defend Constantine as saying he doesn't seem that bad, guys. But I also haven't been leveling him up because he requires heroes proofs, and as much as I'm dedicated to my boy, I'm not that dedicated to him. Do like the Caesar look here. Romulus in the back looking nice. I think this is a nice C, especially if you like Rome. I appreciate that they actually tried to make Caesar as nice as they look, or Kaiser, depending on how you want to say it. But they made him look really nice. And again, I also really like this Rin twin tail look that he's got rocking around. I swear to God, he does not actually look like that. And it's something of there's like an illusion of the mind going on here, and his hair is actually not a twin tail right now, but it's just that bit there that makes it look like to me. Anyway, we'll go on to the last one. 3 in the black. Interesting name. Oh my God. 3 in the black. Ignores defense, increases quick performance by 8%, increases MP damage by 15%, max limit break, ignores defense, increases quick performance by 10%, increases MP damage by 20%. Let's hear what these boys be talking about.
何してるのローラン。君ってば僕にその的へ当てろとでも言うのかい。
何をためらうことがあろう。勇士たる者、いついかなる時も勇敢であれ。
お前たちいたずらも大概にしとけよ。遊びでも勝負ごとに手は抜かないからな。負けた時はわかるな。
王様。
Okay. We have, hey, what are you doing, Laurent? You want to hit that target? Why would I hesitate? A brave warrior must be brave at all times. You guys keep your pranks to a minimum. I won't hold back on a contest, even in play. When you lose, you understand. Oh, my king, shooting has been a pastime of knights since ancient times. When it comes to modern novelty, equipment, it's only natural to get engrossed in it. And so, even today, skills are honed. And then the art of this, I have to be careful when I'm increasing it here. That is Roland Astolfo, and that is it is not Charlemagne. I was about to say that's Charles. I guess that is Charlemagne. I was like, wait a minute, I don't remember this. Do they have a full-on? Where's the concept art for Roland, cowards? Where is it? Where's the man? He's wearing a tie. He's clearly wearing something here. I think if you like all three of the Knights dudes, I think it's a pretty solid pick in here. I do like, I really did like Charlemagne and Astolfo and Trom, and, you know, it's kind of a shame that Roland didn't really have, he wasn't even in that specific singularity thing, so it's kind of a missed opportunity for the most part, because I feel like, especially the scene that they set up here would be pretty nice. It would have been nice to be able to have all three of the French Knights together, but for some reason he just wasn't in it. But I think this C is actually pretty fun. I think this is the most fun of all of them. The thing is that do I enjoy the funness compared to the others? I don't know. That's tough. I do like the setup here of like the friendliness of them. A lot of the other ones, I think this is also a failing of. Maybe it's sometimes a failing, but I think the ones I really do like when I'm looking at these and I'm looking back and I'm really examining them are the ones that feel like it's the characters actually legitimately hanging out. Like, I like 3 in the Black, Eternal Roma, Proof and Rebuttal is now my favorite, I can guarantee this. And the ones that I'm, like, not really super feeling are, like, Professor's Lunchtime and For Your Letters. all the other ones that I've mentioned all actually have the characters kind of interacting, and it actually feels like 3 characters that would in some way kind of interact. Even this one, which funny enough, it features 2 characters that don't even talk, but at least 3 characters. I forgot that the Lobo, the Haitian, doesn't actually speak. He gurgles out responses and stuff like that. But it feels like right for me. And this one definitely has that feeling of like, no, these are 3 dudes that definitely hang out together and have fun together. And this is just something that happens in Chaldea. And I really like those specific ones that are kind of like that. Some of the ones that are a little bit more out there, like again, Professor's Lunchtime, I'm not super feeling. For your letters, it's a fantasy for sure, but I'm not feeling the fantasy. And it's funny because I think in previous years I probably have, just because it was like the Edmond Dantes ones, the ones that they did like a fantasy detective story around. I did like those a whole bunch, but I don't know. When you add in the audio, I really do like a lot of the audio where it's the characters specifically hanging out and like having a good time and sitting down and talking to each other. I think those are probably the best, in my personal opinion. So yeah, there's 3 in the black. In terms of the effect, I think it's probably all right if you're looking for an ignore defense. I kind of stopped talking about the effect because I quickly realized, like, hey, this is the new. What's the old version? Did they change something? I don't know what the difference is here between new and old. I'm gonna be 100% real with you. Is there like more schlong here that I'm not seeing? Nope. Nothing that I can see. I can only stare at it for so long. I would assume that... Was that like it for all of them, actually, now that I think about it? No. What the fuck did they change? I don't know what they changed. Am I going blind? What the fuck did they change? Oh, it's Astolfo. They put, like, more shading on them. Okay. Oh, okay, I guess. I didn't really see a big difference, but okay, whatever. So anyway, those are all the man CEs. I think I'm going to pick Proof and Rebuttal. That's the one I'm going to go with. That one seems the best for me. So funny enough, I have decided to actually do some summons on Takatsuji, so I'll see if I'm actually able to get Proof and Rebuttal when I'm doing those summons. What changed my mind? I don't know. It probably is because I'm working a pretty crazy fucking night, and it would actually be very nice when I have Takatsuji, and I feel like my luck is at its absolute best when I'm dealing with bullshit at work. And so I feel like the highest chance of me getting it is at that point. But we'll see. And if I don't get them, then I can see it as me exercising my bad luck before Tiamat and stuff like that. So expect that summon video soon, but if I'm not able to get my Proof and Rebuttal from there, I think next will likely be 3 in the black. And then after that, if I'm able to get both of these in there, I think it's probably Eternal Roma, and then after that, Brilliant Springtime. Then after that, then it's only because it's a 4-star, I would choose Professor's Lunchtime. And if it was any other case, I think I would pick all the way. Actually, if I'm gonna rank these, I'm gonna rank them. Doesn't care about the specific stars of them. Here's my personal ranking of them. It goes Proof and Rebuttal number 1. It goes Withered with an Interesting Evening Discussion at number 2. Number 3, All the Way Bang. Actually, let me put All the Way Bang at number 2 and this one at 3rd. 4th, Illuminating the Veil of Darkness. And then 5th, 3 in the Black, followed by Eternal Roma. And followed by Brilliant Springtime. And then in last place would be... No, then next would be Professor's Lunchtime. And then at the very last, it would be For Your Letters. That's my personal ranking of them. So it goes 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th. So there we go. Thank you very much for watching, especially, I don't know who the fuck watched this all the way to the end, but if you did make it all the way to the end, thank you very much. If you want to leave a comment, tell me about which one you're picking, feel free to tell me, or if you have any specific boy feelings, feel free to tell me about them, I guess. Again, I don't expect that many people to watch it, but at least there is a video being released. That's what matters the most. I feel sorry for anyone who was actually expecting deep analysis of the CEs and their effects. It's not what this is about. And again, I think this specific choice is not what it's about. It's about the boys. It's about picking the boy. And it's about picking your favorite boy. And I picked my favorite boys. Going with my detective boys. But anyway, that's the end of the video, everyone. Thank you very much for watching. I will see you guys in the next video. Until next time, everyone, You have a good day now. Goodbye.
Peace.